It is now possible to merge data from two or more tables together, either from the same company or different companies. One example would be to combine similar tables together, such as your customers and your vendors, into a single view. Start by creating or opening a view. In this example, a vendor inquiry is open. Edit the view definition, and under the available field list is a Combine button. Click this to allow selection of a different table by selecting Add. Choose the program dictionary and the table in the same way as when creating a new view. Fields are not selected here. When tables are different and all field names aren't identical, connect respective information by clicking on the table and choosing Edit Substitutes. On the Substitution List screen, click on a blank field not yet matched and select the appropriate field title. Fields not matched in this way will display blank for the combined table records in the view. Save your changes. Combined tables can also be removed from the view using the Delete button. Save the view definition. When complete, refresh your view with F5, and now the new records appear. If you wish, create a calculated column to indicate the record source, for optional sorting, or for summarization. Also note, a new Apply Mask formula is available to assign formatting, such as for phone numbers, in a calculated column, with lowercase l's in the mask. You may also append records from different companies. Edit the view definition, and in this case, click the Append button, and then the Add button. Browse to the new company data location that you wish to append. And after that, select the program and the table, which does not have to be the same as in the original view. When the same table is appended to a view for a different company, there will be no requirement to substitute fields. Records will be merged seamlessly. Click OK to save the changes, and then again to save the definition. And press F9 to refresh the data for all selected companies. Every company appended in this way will require an additional LAN pack license to open and use the view. If you store each of your company names and file locations in an Excel spreadsheet, you can create a view based on this file and include it in a workspace. A calculated column can be used to read the respective company names for identification, separation, or summarization. For workstations that have Microsoft Access or MySQL installed, it is now possible for view information to be written directly to an Access database or an SQL query. A new toolbar button is available after the toolbar is reset. Click this DB button to add the contents of the view as a new table to an existing Access database. In the case of exporting to MySQL, select a previously created file DSN in this step. If the table name already exists, a new table with an incrementing numeric suffix will be created. For workspaces with multiple views, use Shift-click on the DB toolbar button, or from the File menu, choose Export to MDB Direct and Workspace to send all views as separate tables to the selected Access database. This process can be automated in the same way as Excel Direct by using a command with XMA as a parameter and a path to the file DSN that points to the Access database or SQL query you wish to update. If Adagio GridView read-write is installed, then it is possible to replace existing tables in the Access database with updated information from the view. From the File menu and Export to MDB Direct, choose Replace instead of Add. For the Toolbar button, configure the button to Replace when clicked instead of Add. Also, it is possible to modify specific records in an Access database with updated information when GridView read-write is installed. To enable this feature, a sort sequence named primary key must be created and used on an active filter of the view. Creating a shortcut directly to a GridView workspace is even easier than before. From the File menu and Shortcuts, you may either create a new shortcut or edit an existing one. The Create Shortcut process has two tabs. The Basic tab includes which user will run the shortcut and for which company, where the workspace is located, and whether a specific run date is set in conjunction with formulas or filters. Other options for named items and formatting are available. The Automation tab allows setting options related to exporting information to Excel or Access when the Automation Export option is selected. For Excel, you may include where that workbook is saved with user and/or date-specific folders in relation to a base folder defined on the Basic tab. Also, on the Automation tab are any filters to be applied to various views in the workspace, and if the process runs minimized. For Access, specify the path to the file DSN. Click the OK button to determine where the shortcut will be saved, either directly on the desktop or in a folder of your choice. Give the shortcut a unique name and click Save to create the shortcut. After a shortcut is created, it can be edited manually if desired by editing the shortcut properties. The selected options will be reflected as parameters in the same way as was available to use in previous versions of GridView. To edit an existing shortcut from within GridView, from the File menu and Shortcuts, choose Edit. Browse for the location and the file name of the shortcut. The shortcut parameters will be loaded into this screen, and if exporting to Excel was defined, then the Automation tab will be visible. Changes can be made as appropriate and either update the original shortcut or create a new one. The previous upgrade introduced report formatting to filters with a sort sequence, allowing display of records and subtotals simultaneously. This upgrade has more flexibility available to report formatting. When report format is selected, you can now choose to disable the automatic page breaks after each subtotal. Also, you can choose to suppress the numeric summary values and only show the summarized by value in the subtotal rows. Note the red lines indicating page breaks have disappeared, as have the subtotal amounts. And when previewing the view, there are no page breaks, and the customer name only prints for the first detail and the summary row. And when a calculated column is set to display calculation, the formula is now correctly determined on the subtotal rows as well. There are new codes available to include in the printed header or footer for views. The $T code will print the run date of the view, which may be different than today, with optional formatting applied as a string. The $Q field will print the value of the first row in the specified column, which is useful with report format and page breaks after each group of records. And $C will print the page number of the particular group, rather than the page number of the overall printout. In previous releases, the insert related column process would only connect the primary field in the table to other table information. Now, you can select a different column within a view, and provided that a link has been predefined in the dictionary table, when you select Insert Related Column, you can select associated information to display. In this example, the description can be inserted for the Bill of Materials component item. Also note the Apply Mask formula can be set up to assign item number formatting from the company profile. In the case when there is more than one connected field, such as the account and department for ledger accounts, you can multi-select both fields in order to insert related data. Again, provided that this combination forms an index to the lookup dictionary table.